Hot Property. May There Be Momentum by Aaron McDonald. The cold weather has arrived and we've certainly noticed it during the morning school run. Missing shoes, half-packed lunch boxes, and everybody just moving a little slower. But what isn't cooling off is the property market. In Manningham, we're seeing steady demand for well-located, family-friendly homes, especially in Doncaster East, Templestowe and Warrandyte, where the median house price is holding strong at around $1.55 million. Buyers are active, especially for properties that are realistically priced and close to parks, schools and a good coffee shop, because let's be honest, we all need it. And with that rate cut, let's enjoy it. Over in Nillumbik, the mix of space, nature and that laid-back lifestyle is still pulling buyers in. Eltham and Diamond Creek are holding strong, with the median price sitting around $1.3 million. Homes with a bit of land are always popular, whether it's space for the kids to run around or a veggie patch out the back. At ours, it's broad beans, carrots and peas. Let me know if you've got any tips. On average, homes are selling in about 28 to 32 days. So while buyers are out there, they want value. The recent 0.25% rate cut may not seem like much on paper, but it will help families breathe a little easier. Maybe buy the coffee without thinking twice. Perhaps a few more layers of clothes ready for winter, or stretch a little more for the next home. Around the grounds. $100 bid nets vendor $10,900. A recent auction in Leslie Street, Donvale, was a great example of how competitive the market can be in the right situation. We had 5 active bidders fighting it out for a well-positioned, single-level villa. The owners were hoping to achieve $1 million, but on the day they adjusted their expectations slightly and set the reserve at $970,000. It didn't take long to hit the reserve, and we pushed past the million mark within seconds. The bidding stalled briefly at $1,022,000, then climbed to $1,036,000. That's when I offered the underbuyer the chance to throw in a cheeky $500 bid, which fired things up again and brought another buyer back into the mix. But the real moment came at $1,060,000. when I was just about to call it on the third and final call, until I gave the bidder a lifeline, a $100 bid. That tiny move sparked another flurry, and the auction continued for another $10,900, finally selling at $1,071,000. Sometimes $100 can still go a long way. What's hot? I'm also noticing a real shift in settlement timeframes lately. The standard used to be 60 days, but more and more buyers are now requesting 4 to 6 month settlements. It's giving them extra time not just to secure finance or organise the move, but often to sell their own home without feeling rushed. On the flip side, I'm seeing plenty of sellers embrace longer settlements too, which means they're not forced into a quick purchase that doesn't really suit their lifestyle or long-term plans. It's a smart move, especially in a market where the right property might take a little longer to find. Traditionally, the advice was always to sell first so you know what you've got to spend, and that rule still has merit. But what used to be an 80-20 split has now shifted. I'd say we're closer to 50-50 now. People are more particular, more considered, and they're prioritising the right move over a quick one. Fast fact. In the last 3 months, I've seen more deposit bonds help sellers secure their next home than I have in over 20 years of working in real estate. What is a deposit bond? The Australian government's Money Smart website defines a deposit bond as a financial agreement that can be used in place of a deposit when a buyer exchanges contracts on a property. It is a guarantee to the seller that the buyer will pay the full deposit on an agreed date. Although they are sometimes offered by banks and financial institutions, deposit bonds are generally issued by insurance companies. Sales to talk about. Sold prior to auction, 13 Lillian Parade, Eltham. Price undisclosed. Sold, 9 Berwyn Crescent, Templestowe. $2,650,000. Sold, 66 Heads Road, Donvale. $1,740,000. What's next? We'll likely see fewer properties come to market over the next month, as many homeowners are holding off for an early spring campaign. It's a bit like our household right now. Slower mornings, layers piling up, and plans being made for when the weather and life warm up again. If you're thinking about making a move later this year, or just want a no-pressure chat about what things look like locally, I'm always here to help. About Aaron. Aaron McDonald is a local agent at Fletcher's Real Estate, dad of 3, and always up for a good property chat or footy sideline catch-up.